lives. As we did in the past, let's get this all up and running. We'll be running all the different lives. All of my favorite lives. Likey, TikTok, and what is it? Big O. We're all on all the lives, the usual lives that we like. Anyway, a while back, I promised you guys I was going to build a drift kit. I showed you guys my old drift kit, which was Exceed RC. I had another drift kit, which was, I'm drawing a blank again, Red Cat Racing. Awesome drift kit. But today we're building the Yokomo because some people are saying that if you don't build your own, right, then you're not really a good builder or a real enthusiast. Anyway, since we are doing this live, I might as well say hello to Excellent. If you guys don't know about Excellent products, you guys should go check them out. And I got some really cool stuff. If you guys are into makeup, and struggle with cleaning your brushes, you guys should go check her out. She's been helping with the channel for so many years. Amazing. A really great person. And so yeah, she has a lot of new products as of late. But this was one of the products that she started off with. And it's amazing. There's this kind and another kind that's slightly larger than this, but this is the one you can bring on vacation with you if you have brushes that you need to clean for your makeup. This is what you do. You grab one of these cool things here. Anyway, Excellent. As you can see there, that's the brand, Excellent. If you guys don't have a good brush cleaner, you should go get one. I'm pretty sure there should still be on Amazon. If not, she has a lot of cool social media. I'm sure she's on TikTok as well. And on YouTube, so you can find her real quick. And also another good sponsor of the channel would be D. Domisol, Sheng Mei, Color Farm. Anyway, recently we've got some really cool stuff going on the channel too with Pampas grass. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I am saying it wrong, but I have no idea how to say it correctly, so you'll just have to bear with me. So as I said before, we're going to be building some of the last bits to this cool Yokomo kit. And unfortunately, it being in Japanese, I have no idea what I'm reading. So I'm just guesstimating how to build this thing. But I've built a lot of old cars, such as Tamiya kits. There was the world famous Bear Hawk. Probably nobody knows about it now, because I used to be very young back then when I built the Bear Hawk. Manta Ray. Anyway, the Bear Hawk was a two-wheel drive vehicle, just like the Yokomo kit we are building today. And so one of the first things that I learned how to do with cars that were not really built for drifting was drift. And so I always have been a big fan of drifting. So here is the Yokomo kit that is partially built. Last time you guys saw this kit, it was not very built at all. There wasn't a whole lot done at all. But now we have a servo inserted there and the motor inserted there. And this part of the assembly kit is quite elaborate. So yeah, make sure you tighten these screws here very well, because one of the first things that happens when you don't know what you're doing is you strip the gear. This gear and this gear here happen to be the first two that you tend to strip. Now, I think this gear here is plastic, and I don't know why you would do that, because that is just not very smart. This pinion here is metal, and that is smart, and I'm not sure why they didn't go with both of those. But so long as you don't do crazy things with your car, you should still be able to drift without breaking it. But a while back, I was not very smart, and I gave away my Toyota Supra to a friend. And the first thing that my friend did was probably install something incorrectly. But they stripped this gear. And unfortunately, they didn't realize that that was a $200 worth kit. So the first thing they did when that gear stripped was not replace it. They just threw it in the landfill. Yeah. That's unfortunate. But they didn't know that the kit was, something that you probably takes most people about a couple of days worth of building. So they didn't realize it was a cool kit, and they just dumped it in the landfill. Anyhow, there aren't a lot of geeks like me who are passionate about this stuff anyway, so, There's another crisis going on today in the world. Apparently, there's a shortage of Tampax, and that will actually affect people's lives. If the Raspberry Pi 4 is hard to find on the shelves, nobody really cares because there's like 2 geeks like me who care about Raspberry Pis. Just like building Yokomo kits, there's probably like 2 geeks out there who care about this stuff. But if there's a shortage of Tampax, then you know that that's going to be a serious offense. And people are actually going to care about that because, probably more than half the population in the world would care about that. But this is people throw that in the landfill easily. So anyway, let's see what we've got here today. So the reason why I call this this Yokomo kit is pretty cool. At least I like it. But the reason why I call this a ready-to-limp kit and not a ready-to-run kit, which is what they advertise. Unfortunately, that is false advertising. The Yokomo, this kit here, is a ready-to-limp kit. The reason why it's a ready-to-limp kit is because it doesn't come with a lot of stuff. So it doesn't come with the electronics. So no motor. It doesn't come with the servo here. The only thing that it comes with as electronics go is the gyro, which I probably won't use because I want to learn or relearn how to drift properly. And I consider that cheating. So anyway, it also does not come with the shell for this cool kit. You have to buy that separately, as well as it does not come with tires. How do you not give people tires and you sell a kit? I mean, I don't know. Anyhow, so that's why I call it a ready-to-limp kit, and I think that I am correct in saying so, because all of this stuff here, look, the fan, the ESC, none of that comes with the kit. So, it is a ready-to-limp kit. My definition is correct. This is my channel, and I can say all the garbage that I want, which is why people don't follow it. But anyway, when you tell the truth, the algorithm decides that you're not worthy. So there we are. Anyhow, so I'm going to have to use the tires or the wheels from my other good kit, the Exceed RC kit. And so we're going to use those to run on the Yokomo because otherwise I can't really go on with the build simply because you need the tires in order to set up the suspension system and a bunch of other things. And again, my math was not very good because basically we have 2 kits to work with, which is the Exceed RC kit that you see right here. I also have a Red Cat Racing kit. And so then I bought a third set of wheels or tires. So theoretically, if you do the math, which I struggle a lot with, if you go 4 plus 4 plus 4, you should get something like 12, maybe. Somebody in the comments can correct me, because my math is the worst math. I mean, there's third graders that that can do math better than I can do math. But anyway, but that's beside the point. The point is, still haven't learned my multiplication, memorized my multiplication table, and so for some reason, I lost in the mess that is the garage the other wheels. So I'm having to reuse these wheels here because, you know, just the luck of the draw. The luck of the draw. I was not as organized as I wanted to be. And so the wheels that I was planning to use for this drift kit are nowhere to be found. Nowhere at all. And trust me, I went through the inventory of... I went through everything that I have. Cars, trucks, drones, but no, the wheels are gone. I don't know. Old age, guys. Old age will do that to you. You think you got it covered, but you can't find anything when you need it. You find everything else, right? You find everything else. There are all kinds of weird things in the garage that I was not looking for, that I found. And it's like, oh, that's where that went. But the thing that I really needed, right? Four tires, 4 wheels to run the drift kit that I promised you guys. And I have been promising you guys that I was going to finish this kit. Just never got around to it. Too busy going through COVID, going through food poisoning. Boy, have I had a fun time. This has been a really fun couple of weeks. So anyway, here we go. We've got wheels now. We've got wheels. Wheels like you wouldn't believe. These are really cool wheels. I can't remember if they belong to the Red Cat Racing or the other kit, but what does it say on there? I can't read it. Let's see. Tim is a bad chef, and he won't focus. Maybe you guys can see better on the old devices. The old devices had amazing autofocus. Look at that. Maybe you guys can see over there. The iPhone 13, I'm telling you guys, it's bad luck. It doesn't always focus. So for some reason, the cooking just wasn't good on the latest version. I don't know. Maybe they'll get it right in... the iPhone 14 will be good. I don't know. So here we go. Let's see. Where did we get to? We're trying to install. We could build the suspension system, or we could connect up the tires or wheels to the chassis. We'll see which one will go first. It's always easier to do this when you're not on live because you can focus. There's not as many of these, squirrels just popping out of nowhere. Squirrel. So my head, confusion. Not Confucius, confusion. So anyway, I think these are the parts, and it doesn't help that there's like a million parts to this kit. Oh, gosh. So this is where the tire would actually connect up to. And one of the issues with this device that you see here is, it's missing. There's a little piece in there that's missing right now. So I guess it must have fallen out in the bag. But it goes, if you guys can look closely there, it goes in this hole right there. And the reason why they built this thing is beyond me, because it could have been built slightly better, or at least have the parts latch in together a little bit smoother, because this tends to come off all the time and it is a huge pain. So, if I had anything to do with the engineering process, I would have told them to make it more snug so that once you insert it, it doesn't keep flying out. And it is such a tiny, look, It is such a tiny piece, look at this, that with huge manly fat fingers, it's hard to even grab. There you go. Just like that. And again, autofocus, no thank you. Apparently Tim is not on my side. I thought the other day we had decent focus. I don't know. The other day we had decent focus. But today Tim is not on my side. He's like, no. Not today. Not today. Anybody watch that epic movie, Top Gun? No? No. You guys all went to watch Jurassic Snark, and it sucked. I know. Because my friend Charles went to see it, and he said that he fell asleep halfway through the movie. But it was cool that here in Irvine Spectrum, where do I live? Irvine, California, Woodbridge. Where do I live? I don't know. The algorithm won't tell you. The algorithm won't tell you. People keep asking me, where do I live? Anyway, so although I say it pretty much at the beginning of every movie that we make here, so yeah, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Am I saying it wrong, or am I saying it too slow? Too fast probably. I am gonna say it one more time. I'm your local Google guide from Irvine, California, Woodbridge. I don't know. It was probably not clear. Anyhow, so while I was doing all of that, I was trying to find the piece that just fell into the kit, and then there we go. Dropping parts, people. Dropping parts. Anyway, so let's get this back in here. I don't think that we'll be able to finish the whole kit today, but I will have it finished as soon as possible. I mean, by the end of the day, because we're fighting against technology. Technology, as we know, batteries don't like to last too long, so we can only go as far as the batteries on all the devices allow us to go. So yeah, this basically just goes in, pops in, and you have to create that pressure because otherwise the thing will come out. The thing will come out. And I have a feeling that maybe this is wrong because you see how much space there's still in there? I think we should use the slightly larger bit here because I don't think it just doesn't make sense. You see, we're almost at the edge of the screw right there. So I have a feeling that, again, the problem is Japanese instructions. I don't know how to read Japanese. So I'm sure that in the instructions, it's probably telling me to use the larger one or the thicker one of these, but I can't read it. So I have to guess. And you see, like on this one here, it's the same piece, really. But on this one, I used the larger one or the thicker one. I don't know how you say that. And so I think that makes more sense. So let's make sure that the other piece is in there. And it is. I think it is. Tug and it comes out, you see. Tug and it comes out. So we'll push it back in because it needs to stay there. And we will unscrew this piece and put on the tire or the wheel, because the rims on these things here, the tire and the rim, all that stuff is connected together. So it's a drift tire. It's a drift tire, and so therefore it is plasticky. It's not very rubbery. And so that's how it goes. As you can see here, the screw is not coming out as much on this, so maybe that was correct. We'll just have to see. There's a lot of trial and error that goes on with these projects when you can't read the language in which the instructions are designed. Now that's my fault. I'm ignorant. I don't know how to speak Japanese. Should probably go learn, but knowing how well I learn things, I don't think it'll ever really happen. But anyway, that's one of the struggles that I'm having right now because I'm trying to learn the Part 107. Part 107 for drone flying. If you want to make money, there's a new barrier. It didn't used to exist, but now it does. Because for some reason, the government believes that actually does anything to stop criminals from doing things, which actually doesn't. All you're doing here is what they always do, which is punishing the people who struggle with learning, right, to make money. You know, the criminals, the terrorists, the idiots will all fly the big drones without a license. They don't care. They will do that. They will just do it anyway. So really, the only people that are getting punished with this new having to learn the Part 107 are the hardworking, diligent people who want to make a couple of dollars selling videos of the drones that they fly. But they struggle very much with the crazy amount of learning material that you need to learn in order to fly the slightly larger drones, the ones that are over 150 grams. But anyway, you know, that's my rant for the day, and you know that's always how it works. That's always how it works. The government always does something completely stupid and backwards that doesn't help anybody, and actually usually causes more damage to the overall society that you live in, because you know there would be nice people out there that are trying to learn a new profession or whatever it is that they want to do, and the government just keeps making putting new barriers that supposedly are supposed to stop the bad people from doing things, but really the only people who get, you know, slammed are the good people. The good people are the ones that get slammed by all these stupid things. Anyway, lawmakers, right? Lawmakers. They wouldn't know how to get it right if you just, you know. But anyway, they keep getting money because, of course, they create the laws so that they get money. The people who desire to make money can't make money. But anyway, I think that was correct. That was correct, guys. We got this up and running. And I think that I was correct in saying that the larger piece or the thicker piece here goes where I said it was going to go. And let me double check to make sure, because you always have to. One parts that is very important in life, and also if you are somebody like me who likes to test everything out, is good quality control. You got to check every single piece and make sure that when you're building it, I think that in a lot of the factories, they're not really, they're just relying a lot on machines to do stuff, and they're just not having a second set of eyes. We need more people to actually have a good second set to go through the technology that is being then shipped out to the customers. Oftentimes, you buy these kits and people have not done the work. They just haven't done the work. And so then you get the returns. You want to return, say, no, you sent me a faulty product. Because every company is trying to cut costs in today's world. Replace all the people by machines, but really, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You need to create some of these cushy pencil pusher jobs that I would very much enjoy doing, which I enjoy doing. As you can see, I love building stuff. I don't get paid to do it, but because YouTube refuses to pay me anything. And their excuses. AdSense. Can you believe that YouTube doesn't have PayPal? It doesn't have Paxum. It doesn't have any of the cool. It doesn't even, you can't even get money through cryptocurrency. How backwards is that? We're in like what, 2022? We should have flying cars. But everything is backwards and everything is slow. So we don't have flying cars. And YouTube doesn't have a way to pay people through PayPal. Heck, I don't even think they have a way to get paid through direct deposit or checks. How much do they suck? That's up to you guys to say in the comments. I don't know. I think the suckage level is pretty high. Pretty high. So anyway, so we've got four wheels. If the force of the math still works for me, these are 4 tires. What do you think? I don't know. I could have got it wrong. I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. I wonder if people still believe in science today. Some people are still running around going, the earth is flat, the earth is flat, the earth is flat. I don't know. Come on, guys, somebody tell them it's not. It's not. What was the latest theory? The latest theory was it's flat, but it's being projected on a huge projector. So then that's what gives it the third dimension. Oh, guys, come on. Anyway, so supposedly at some point, you connect the doohickey with the doohickey, and then just like Kevin Talbot, he just goes, he does one tire, then he does a special magic trick, and all the other tires, they just magically appear, and the kit is finished. We should try that. I don't think it'll work. Yeah, it's just no. I just don't do editing like that. But did you guys see his channel? He finally built his monster truck. That is so cool. That is amazing. So he started off doing stuff with eBay, and I guess maybe Amazon. And now he owns his own monster truck. I mean, if that doesn't blow your mind, right? It's incredible. This kit is looking pretty cool already. But it is, I want to say, overcomplicated, and I'll explain why. Look at how many pieces are here. And of course, this is because they want to allow for an incredible steering range. On most kits, the steering is probably like this. That's as much as it steers. But this advertises that you could do a whole lot more steering. And so that's why it took a long time for me to find investors to cough up some money to be able to afford this kit, because it's very expensive. And so they were nice enough to help me out. So this will have proper steering, I hope, if I can install it correctly. And so hopefully we'll be able to get some decent drifting. Because the problem is most, just like most cars out there, the turning radius is terrible. It's terrible. One of the best things about Toyota is they actually solved that problem. In the majority of their cars, they have very, very good turning radius. Unfortunately, some of the older cars, and I'm a big fan of Honda too, but something like the Accord just had a pathetic turning radius. I hope that in the later models they fix that, but in some of the, I don't know if it's a 2010 model, the turning radius was terrible. And the funny thing was, I went to test drive it with one of the guys, and I was telling him, look, the turning radius is terrible. And he goes, and then he hits the gas pedal like really hard and drifts around. Like, it's, yeah, at fast speeds, it's fine. Sure. You have to drift the back of you have to, get the drivetrain in the back to slide in order to get a decent turn. does not do a whole lot of good for parking, guys. Let me tell you. The reason why I drive a RAV4 is that it is fantastic for parking. Anyway, don't take my word for it. Go try the old 2010 Accord and let me know. Let me know. But this problem with people like me is, you raise your hand and you point things out, and people get angry with you. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. All right. Nobody wants to hear the truth. So, okay, so we got most of that part there installed. We have to figure out how to get this on here. But before we dive into that, I think we're going to take a quick look at the suspension system. Because one of the problems is with this is you see these bits here. You have to screw and turn and get them just right. So I'm going to do that part off camera because it's wild. It's wild. It could take like hours to get it just fine-tuned the way you want. And if it's not done, especially since you have 3 of these parts, you see you've got one down here, one up here, and one here. And all 3 of those need to gently and correctly connect up to here. See, there's 3 parts in there. And if you get even one of those wrong, the tire won't be perfectly flush the way you want it to. And you can have the, toe, camber, whatever. There's all these fancy terms for how to get this just right the way you want it for the drifting that you want to have. So that is something that takes a long time. You can't Kevin Talbot, with the editing when you're doing a live stream. So that is going to take a long time. I'm going to fine tune all of that stuff for you guys, and then we'll have that done. But in the meantime, why don't we just take a quick look at the suspension system? Maybe that is good enough that we can do it on camera here. Since we still have a little bit of battery on all the devices, I think it's totally worth trying that out. So let's see. Oh, the bag just opened up and bits flew out in that pesky market review style. Now, again, one of the things to remember is if you're feeling down, if your luck is not so good, you're feeling down in the dumps for whatever reason, just turn on the Market Reviews channel because whatever's going on in your life, it cannot possibly be as bad as a Market Reviews day. So there we go. Bringing a little hope to humanity here. Because again, you may think your life is pretty bad today, but just look at mine. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I gotta find pieces, and that, my friends, is always an arduous task. Because as I was opening the bag, things just flew out. So there's a chance that I won't find the piece that I was looking for. Because this came on. Squirrel! Oh, it's backwards. Squirrel! This way. So, have you guys gone to LA? If you guys are around here, if you haven't gone to LA, there's this really cool place that makes what I believe to be the best vegan pancakes out there. And it's not hard because it's hard to find places that make vegan pancakes, vegan waffles. It's something that I've been craving for a long time. It's hard to find anywhere, but they have the best vegan pancakes that I've tried as of today. And they also have a lot of other vegan extravaganza. You guys can check out the YouTube channel if you guys haven't taken a look at that. But yeah, fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. So look at all these parts here. It's wild. It's wild. You think it's just a suspension, right? Just a suspension like you see on this kit right here. One of these things here is just a simple suspension. All it's supposed to do is that. But look at how many parts we've got here. Look at that. Just parts coming out of everywhere. So all of you guys buying those ready-to-run kits, right? You guys have no idea what's going on. guys have no idea what's going on. Some people or some machines, in some cases, because everything is being replaced by machines, had to do a lot of work to get all of these parts assembled for you guys so that you guys can buy your ready-to-run kits and send it to the moon like Kevin Talbot does. He just sends everything to the moon, and sometimes it crashes and breaks into smithereens. It gets obliterated, but yeah, there we go. So let's take a look at some of these instructions here on how to install the suspension system. Okay. It'll be somewhere around here, guys. It'll be somewhere around here. This is where the installation process for the suspensions is. They will tell you to install and put in the grease. The grease. No, it's not that old movie with John Travolta. It's actual grease, like what you see right there. And it's nice that even though this is a ready-to-limp kit, they have provided us with 2 of these things. For some reason, it says 300 on one. It says 200 on the other. I don't know if that's even legible. I don't know if it matters. This one here, this one here is 1,000. So, I don't know. Is that the thickness of the oil? I have no idea because I can't read the Japanese instructions. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments someday when I'll get to see the comments. I don't know. On YouTube, you don't see the comments. You might see the comments on Big O Live, on Likey, and on TikTok because for some reason, whoever invented those apps thought it'd be nice for people to be able to communicate with each other. But on YouTube, they decided to omit or remove that function, so not a whole lot of people get to talk to each other on YouTube. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it, though? I've been on social media for like over 15 years. Does anybody remember ICQ? No, nobody. What is ICQ? What is AOL Messenger? What is Yahoo Messengers? What is MSN Messenger? It was a long time ago. They should probably put me in a museum like Joe Obama. Because, yeah. I'm going prehistoric pretty fast. I mean, one of my childhood heroes, my good old brother, Thomas Mafather Cruz, he recently came out with a movie, Top Gun Maverick, and he's like 60. You can imagine I'm pretty old. If I remember the old Top Gun, I must be ancient. Ancient, guys. My better looking brother still beats me on abs. His abs are magnificent. Me, I'm like 40 years old. I still can't get a decent pair of abs, even though I gotta tell you, food poisoning got me pretty close. I shouldn't say that that's something you would ever recommend. Don't do it. Food poisoning is in my opinion worse than COVID, but what does my opinion count for? Oh, it has not been a fun week. Couple of weeks, 2 weeks, I don't know. You kind of lose track. Came back from Hawaii. Hawaii was fantastic. You guys been to Hawaii? You guys should go to Hawaii. Hawaii is a dream. It's a great place. I call it my second home because I love it so much. Great land. Then there's California. Great land, horrible politicians. Oh. Am I going to get some hate in the comments for that? I'm pretty sure. Gotta tell you, though, it's better than New York. New York, stay away from New York. New York is bad. New York is really bad. If you don't like California, you can always move to New York. Oh, suspension systems. I love them. I love them. When I was young, I got completely obsessed with suspensions. I would go over to my dad and just keep talking about suspensions, and he was like, "Are you done talking about suspensions?" Yeah. Good times. Good times. Good times. First time. I think Rampage, Kyosho Rampage. I think that was the first RC. What do they call it? Nitro car that we ever tried together. My dad and I. That was not fun. That was not fun. So he came back from Japan because he used to go on all these cool trips to Japan, and he came back from Japan with this really cool, ready to run, already assembled kit. Rampage. Man, was that thing cool looking. And then he bought the gasoline or the nitro for it. And we went to test it out. We were in Switzerland. Fun times, fun times. So then, because I was a dumb kid, you're like, oh, life hasn't changed that much. You still look just as stupid as you were when you were a kid. Anyway, so I decided to stand behind him when, nitro cars. Back in the day, they didn't have electronics. You had to crank those things up like this. You pull this thing, and so my dad elbowed me in the eye, and I got a black eye for. It wasn't his fault. I was just a stupid kid. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to stand behind your dad while he's cranking, trying to turn on. Then after that, I said, Dad, maybe we should try electric cars. Electric cars? See, I was way ahead of time. I was like, forget nitro. Forget nitro. There's a reason why. There is a reason why people like electric vehicles. It's because you don't have to crank them to turn them on. At a switch of a button, you just have to worry about lipos blowing up and, your house catching on fire. That is because they stopped using the awesome nickel metal hydride. See, in the old days, they had nickel metal hydride batteries, which very rarely caught fire. But now everything is lipo, and lipo. I don't know. Every few years, there's a new technology that comes out that is a regression of the previous technology that used to be good. So fiddly. We went from nickel metal hydride batteries, which were just fine. They provided just the amount of power that you needed to get up and running and having a good time. Kids love them. But now you have lipo batteries that if you accidentally puncture the battery, if you send your car to the moon or whatever happens, they start smoking, and then your beautiful vehicle is wrecked forever. Go figure. Just like they really got it right? The people at Apple really got it right with the iPhone 5. Then they did the iPhone SE, which was slightly better in some areas, but then the software wasn't so good. And then in between there and the iPhone 13, I just don't know what happened. They must have had like screaming monkeys in their heads. And then the technology just went. So I'm hoping with the iPhone 14 that they'll fix a lot of the problems, such as adding the ridiculous notch. And hopefully they'll bring back the fingerprint technology. Fingerprint technology was great. It was the best. And especially when you're stuck with COVID and you're wearing a mask, you know that the eye or the face tracking system is just obsolete. Anyway. I know that Tim hates me so much for saying stuff like this, but just, it's not really hating on their products. It's just, you can fix it. There's so many things you can do to fix it. Just fix it, man. Fix it. Anyway, there we go. So we've got a whole mess of parts here. And what they want you to do is find the metal piece, which is right here. And that'll be the main part. The shaft, if you will. Are we allowed to say shaft? I don't know. Oh, dangity dang. The shaft right here, the shaft is fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I do have to decline. I'm not allowed to do that during the live stream. So I'm not sure how this works. You press the button and then nothing happens. That's usually how it works. You press buttons and then they don't do what you ask them to do. Or you have to press them like 30 times. I have that problem with Netflix. Recently, Netflix now, for some odd reason, overheats the TV or whatever it is. I don't know. You're trying to watch something fun on Netflix, and all of a sudden, the TV freezes up and you have to turn it off, turn it back on. Then it takes like 20 minutes to get it set up all over again. Anyway, fun stuff, fun stuff. You can always find new fun stuff because the old fun stuff was just not fun enough. Anyway, so there we go. So I think it's hard to see from the picture whether this thing should be facing up or down. I think maybe up because there is a little ridge to it. But again, the problem with instructions sometimes is you're kind of guessing. You're kind of guessing. So this goes up and through this. And then you have two of the smallest pins in the history of pins. These things here that you have to screw into place. Oh, all right. So unfortunately, the battery is running really low on all the things. So lives may crash soon, unfortunately, guys. So we'll have to pick it up again soon with another live. But I'm glad that I had enough energy and hype to get up and running to do a live today because, again, my energy level was so low during food poisoning that I just couldn't. I wanted to so badly to get back into doing these lives, but that is unfortunately all that we have time for today. In the next video, we'll have the majority of this kit finished and up and running because I did promise you guys, and when I say I promise something, it is usually promises made, promises kept. We'll still have to work a little bit on the abs. Unfortunately, the abs are not there. Can you believe that a 6-year-old is beating me on abs? You just can't live up to your brother. Your better looking brother, Tom Cruise. I don't know what he does. Anyhow, so I'm gonna leave the live here. If you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, go watch it. It's so much better than Jurassic Snark. Jurassic Snark is boring, and unfortunately, here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge, for some reason, the theaters we have an IMAX, but you know, the luck of the draw. Somebody decided that they were going to replace Top Gun Maverick with Jurassic Snark. So when I had the chance, I was sick, so I couldn't go watch it on the IMAX. So I probably won't get to see it on the IMAX. So yeah, that just sucks, but it's life. And so at least you guys are not having a Marco Reviews Day or week or year. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us on the live, guys. I will see you all in the next one. And again, seriously, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't make these videos because, you know, just you, yourself, and I on video, it's going to be boring. So yeah, thanks for joining me on the live, guys, and I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of the week, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can get things to actually do as I say. No, the button of doom. I think this one has the button over here. Let's see. There we go. Something crashed. Life crashed. Oh no, it did not. It did. It did not. The verdict is it did not. In the end. In the end, we survived another live here. If you guys want to see a live soon, we're going to have another live soon with my buddy Steve. We're trying to organize it. Maybe it might happen on Monday, this Monday. But I'll let you guys know in one of my other videos of, hey guys, what's up? Because you guys know that you missed the Steve and I, Marco, What's in the Box, but it's still up there. So you guys can watch it on YouTube if you want. If you want, we would love to see you guys over there. Again, there are 3 fun things that you could win. If you live in Irvine, California, Woodbridge, or if you're willing to pay for your own shipping and handling of the products, we will send it to you to your home address, wherever that may be. But anyway, most likely we won't get any comments because YouTube does what YouTube does, and it's really ticking me off at this point because I have been, as I keep telling you guys, going through the settings on YouTube to make sure that all the comments do go through, and it is very unlikely, you know, for a video that has been out there for many, many months to have not received any comments on anything that Steve, a real professional coder and, real professional in his business, took time out of his day to make that video with me at his house, and there are no comments on there. So YouTube is doing a poor job, obviously. The algorithm is absolutely dog poop in showing the world. I mean, again, my YouTube channel has been around for a lot of years. I think at least 8 years it has been on there. But people in anywhere in the world are just not getting to see the videos. So as a content creator, that really sucks, because I make content that is super inclusive for everybody to see. There is basically no politics going on, aside from maybe a couple of clickbait things, because otherwise the channel would get no views at all. And then, there's no swearing, it's very kid-friendly and all that stuff. But considering how much self-censorship goes on the channel, the algorithm should be promoting all of the stuff super much, especially since it's all educational content. I hit all the main important bits that you do when you want to show off technology these days, especially since there was so much advertising saying if you have virtual reality in your videos and you show off virtual reality stuff, your videos should get more views. If you show off video games and stuff like that, if you have Raspberry Pi, if you have all the technology about 3D printing, you should be getting views, but not on this channel. So anyway, the false advertising is just unbelievable because, considering the content that has been out there for so many years and has been completely ignored by all the algorithms, it is quite pathetic, the work that YouTube does. But anyway, there we go. Let's take a look at the best part of the video here, which is the end of the live, where I show you guys the coolness factor, which is on other apps where apparently they do care about freedom of reach, such as Likey, such as Big O Live, such as TikTok. You actually get people to show up and see the live. So there we go. We got about 226 people on one, 326 on the other, and about 206 on that one. Of course, knowing that YouTube absolutely hates my channel so much, we only got about maybe 2 people to show up on this live stream on YouTube. Is it mathematically almost impossible for that to be true? It is. But when the algorithm wants to hide your videos so badly, it succeeds. And so there we go. Anyway, so it's, you guys know that, you guys know that follow the channel because I have amazing people. There are at least on the other apps, such as, I won't mention because otherwise they'll just tank those apps too. But on other apps, we have about close to 13K people watching the stuff. So eventually we'll be able to find a way to tell YouTube to stop lying about the stats, and we'll move on. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I always appreciate you showing up. The 2 people that did show up on YouTube, thank you. You guys make it worth it. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day.